Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and greetings. alishanmao here. This is the E-Glide V3 with all new harness, the latest harness and the latest frame, and obviously not to mention the latest power combo. So this is going to be my very first test after installing everything. I have obviously tested the motor and the speed controller before installing it, but now I have to test it after installation. So I have a single battery and dual battery. With and without prop, I will perform a test. Here. Normally, if you have a propeller, I wouldn't recommend you to test like this because the actual thrust can push the paramotor in your face and down. If you want to perform the ground thrust with the propeller and 3 batteries connected, right now I have connected only 1 battery, so it's fine. So if you have 3 batteries connected and a propeller on, I strongly recommend or suggest that you put on the harness, wear the paramotor, and then perform the test leaning against a wall or something, because the initial thrust sometimes can just push you down into a nice face plant. I will leave a little tool in your box so you can actually install the propellers or disassemble the propeller anytime you want. Okay, so you have watched, I have installed the propeller. Do not over tighten the screws nor just loose tight, okay? I mean, they should be tight enough but not over tight, and see, there should be no play in the propeller. All right, so we are going again, turning on the radio, the transmitter, wireless controller, throttle controller, connect the battery to wireless receiver, and see, the light is solid. Connecting the power. Now I have to hold it really nice and hard, and also make sure nothing gets into the propeller. Please make sure everything is properly secured, nothing gets into the propeller. All the cables, everything before actually, the velcros, before actually powering it on, okay? Alright, so far seems good. Here we go. Oh! I'm afraid I will just push my TV down. My wall-mounted TV will actually come down. I'll blow the cool AC wind to the kitchen area. Are blowing away. Okay, so that was the initial test with and without propeller, and everything is working perfectly. Now, if you have 3 batteries connected to this, I actually wouldn't test it in my house, because with 3 batteries, 65 kg of thrust on me and the wind blowing things away, I think it will actually blow everything away in my house. So, giving it 50 volts now, alright? I tried it, it almost blew my, TV off. So 50 volts going, people. Wait. Here goes another test. Did I blow the curtains off? Alright, 50 volts. Awesome, man. I cannot bear it. Imagine 75 volt or 88 volts to this monster. Today in this video I'm going to show you how to get your E-Glide V3 Electric Paramotor assembled and ready to fly. Everything step by step. I will do my best to cover every step one by one clearly so you know what to do, and also I will sit down and talk about the dangers and no, the things that are no, you cannot do or you have to avoid. Alright, so let's get to work. This is your E-Glide V3. When you receive it, it will be probably in a wooden box, and everything, it won't be like that. Obviously, I will pack the harness also. These two armrests will be out. Okay, all you need to do is secure them with this pin right here, which is easy to pull out and easy to put back in and lock. So to say, I will actually fold it nicely, wrap everything with a bubble wrap, protect the motor, speed control and everything, and then wrap it again with some packing wraps. And similarly, these will be wrapped in packing wraps as well. So the first thing to do is unwrap everything and get it out and install these armrests. So they will just go in, you will push them in. Okay, let me just pull it out. First thing you will do is push these armrests in, secure it with this pin. Obviously the pin will be inside, so you have to pull it out, put the arms in and put the pin in and push it down from here. It will lock just like this. Okay, so it won't come off. And these are your armrests here, and obviously there's one here. The similar way you will install them. Your harness has been installed on this one, but you will have to, very important, you will have to do the hang point test and adjust the harness for your own comfort according to your own body and the hang point, so that you know the angle, once you're hanging, the angle of thrust should be downward, not upward. Okay, or not straight, should be slightly downward. So you will do the hang point and adjustment of the harness according to the comfort of your body. Do remember everything is properly set. Okay, and these here are your hang points. So you will add your carabiners here, and then you will adjust it up and down in order to maintain a very good posture during the flight. Slightly lower thrust, going downward thrust. So this is the very first thing that you will do. After that comes the very easy part, and that is to add the cage. So Arish Ali is going to demonstrate how to add the cage. This will go to downright right here. This is basically very easy. All you need to do is match right here and put this one in just like this. Okay, that's one. And after that you have this Velcro. Okay, so you will not now, I will suggest after you install everything, then you can use this Velcro and pull it down all the way so that these meet properly, and then stick it there. So Arish is installing the second one. Thank you. As you can see, it's a little bit out here, and that's why they have a Velcro strip here to pull it in. This one you need to do first in here. Yes. So this one goes down here, right here, and keep matching your circles, the frame. First put that one in. Yes, very good. Make sure the Velcro is out. And it's too tall for him. Alright, so now just use Velcros to secure it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Altogether 9 Velcro strips. Okay, so here is something very important to check before doing anything else, and that is to find any loose parts or loose cables or loose hanging Velcro strips that can get into propeller. Though I have mounted the motor and give a lot of space, for a reason that sometimes accidentally someone's hand can get in, so still you have a lot of space all the way here before you can actually hit the propeller. So there's a lot of space, and this is for the safety reasons. I keep the propeller properly away from the frame and cage, okay? Slightly away from the cage, but it is spinning at this, under this circle, okay? It's not outside. So double check again. These cables obviously will not get into propeller. They are still far, you can see, and basically these are the main cables. That's the hot one which will connect to the battery, that will be in the battery pack, okay? So connect and then put it inside, and obviously the black one connect and put it inside, so that will be properly away. And after that, once again, double check that nothing will get into propeller. Also go to the front side and check everything on the harness. Shouldn't be any kind of loose strips or loose Velcros that can get into propeller. Double check that for. After that comes the propeller. So propeller will be mounted on the motor. I have set the motor into the right rotation, okay, right direction. It's spinning counterclockwise, okay, just in case if you happen to break the propeller for any reasons and you buy a new propeller. Well, you have bought 2 propellers and both are spinning counterclockwise, and I really wish that you do not have any accident and have safe flights. Just in case you want to buy a new propeller, for instance, you just want to buy a new better propeller and it's not clockwise, it's not counterclockwise spinning that will provide you a thrust. In that case, you will have to rotate the motor clockwise. Right now it's spinning counterclockwise. In order to change the rotation of the motor, it's very simple. So changing the motor direction is really very easy. If you come down here, you can see 3 cables. They are coming from the speed controller, and I marked them red, black, and blue. All right, so all you need to do is just pick 2 cables, either blue and black or red and black or blue and red, and disconnect any 2 cable and swap. For instance, you can disconnect red and blue, put the red to blue and blue to red. That's it, and your motor will start spinning in clockwise direction. If you want to spin it in anti-clockwise, counterclockwise, red to red, blue to blue, black to black, and motor is spinning counterclockwise. I have watched in my video where I'm actually testing the paramotor indoors right here in this area, how I install the propeller. So it's not a biggie, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws to put. Because if you slip one screw by over tightening them, then you are in trouble. You don't want to do that, okay? So you can see right now I didn't tighten, I just put them in. Propeller is nice and tight, it's not moving, but right now I will apply a little force. Once I feel the screw is stopped, I'll just apply a little force. That's it. Screw stopped, little force. Screw stopped, little force. Do not over force it, do not over tighten it. Just to make sure that the screws won't come out and they will secure the propeller nicely. Okay? Now you have the the dangerous item installed on the machine. So you have to be very careful. Always remember to keep clear from these rotating blades. Okay, now let me give you a complete overview of the components. So, complete overview of the electric paramotor and its components. You have a wireless controller that stays in your hand, and I'll give you a complete overview of all its buttons and what they do. But up is throttle, leave or down is brake. well, brake doesn't work for this motor and speed controller, but leaving the throttle, this button, when you push it up, you have full power, and when you leave it, freewheeling until the motor or the propeller stops because of the air friction. So keeping it, remember one thing though, this is very, very sensitive, okay, very sensitive, and you have to get used to giving it really tiny, unnoticeable inputs in order to keep the propeller spinning at low RPM while you're cruising in the air. So we'll talk about it very, very soon. You have wireless throttle controller, okay? We are coming to the forward section. You have air rambler harness, fully adjustable, okay? Let me turn it into light so you can see it clearly. Very comfortable, very easy to use harness, okay? You have these foamy pads here for your back so that you will be comfortable during flight. You have foamy pads right here for your shoulders, so your shoulders won't be painful. Fully adjustable, everything is adjustable. And what I really, really like about this is when you are standing, this seat automatically folds with the, you know, push of your legs. It will fold and step back, and as soon as you get airborne and you just hang your foot forward, it comes down and you can sit very easily and comfortably, so you don't have to, you know, move yourself. I remember before wasn't the case with the EPCO harness, and once I'm in the air I have to grab the risers and move myself by, you know, pulling my legs up in order to sit in the harness properly. This one, not the case. Just move your legs up and this will slide down and you will sit properly. It's really very nice. Under here there's a compartment, a zipper case, okay? I believe this is for the you know, reserve parachute, okay? You also have a pocket here for you to keep certain items like cameras, phones. You also have a pocket right here at the right side, okay? And back side there is a zipper case in order to, you know, remove the foam or add more foam should you want. So this is your harness, fully adjustable, okay? And once again, I will suggest that you do the hang point adjustments and test on this harness before flight. That is a must. After that, you have your frame, which you're looking at. Beautiful big black frame. Can actually spin bigger propellers. This time, this is the reason I went with a bigger circle, because should you want to upgrade this motor with a bigger motor, you know, this paramotor with a bigger motor, and you want to spin slightly larger propeller, see, you have a lot of option. You can spin a whole lot longer and larger propeller very easily. So at the back side you have your speed controller right here on top. This time I mounted it here, so it is very easy to access. It has all the winds coming on it and keeping it cool. So it's a wind cooled, okay, air cooled speed controller. You have a heat sink on top of it. It can get very hot sometimes if on the ground, but in the air, because the wind is just flowing over it, it will keep cool. You still make sure you do not put anything on it. You do not spill water or any liquid on it. Do not tamper with anything electronics inside this, okay? As you can see, some of the sides are open, so do not tamper with anything inside. Do not pull or break any cables. With your speed controller, this is the input key that goes to the wireless receiver for the throttle controller and tells the receiver, tells the speed controller how much speed it should give to the motor, how much power it should give to the motor to spin the propeller faster or slower. You also have this little cable here, which is used to program the ESC. Yes, this is fully programmable ESC, but for some reason we do not offer the programming USB dongle to our customers, because if they mess up the settings in this, they can burn and damage the ESC. So it's done and set in the factory. I also have the programmer USB dongle, and I have programmed the ESC. I'm sure the ESC is properly set and tweaked. All the options are set for this motor, and you don't have to do anything. So you do not need to program it. I can also program the ESC to start the motor very slowly, so soft start to faster. But I don't do it, I keep it on a hard start, because in the air sometimes soft start can get you in trouble. Okay, I don't want this thing to happen, so I keep it in a hard start. Instant throttle, instant power in your hands. Soft start is not a good thing. It's good initially on the ground, but not in the air. So we'll keep it on a hard start, and it works really nice, and you can easily control your throttle movement to start it slow and easy. After that, this is your 30 kilowatt motor. Really a beast, a very powerful motor is spinning this 2-blade carbon fiber propeller. Do not ever get close to it. When propellers are spinning, do not put your hands or anything in it, because that can seriously hurt. So very powerful motor, up to 65 kg of thrust is possible with this motor. Do not ever get close to the propeller. Before you power it on, tell everybody that you are powering it on and it is hot, it is armed and clear from prop. Everybody should keep clear from prop. Also, please, when you are arming the motor, ask someone to hold here, and I mean hold here really nice. Don't let it come down, just in case you want to try the thrust test on the ground. Once again, do not test the thrust while the paramotor is on the ground. Once again, this is a very, very important point and a warning. Never ever test the thrust when the paramotor is on the ground. When you want to arm, it's fine to arm and hold your throttle control nicely, or put something in your neck to hold it here so nobody will touch it and accidentally nothing will be pressed. Okay? And once it's armed and you want to do the thrust test, put on the paramotor, secure the harness properly, put your footing really nice and strong, get ready, and then start the throttle or give the throttle to paramotor to test the thrust. And yes, first time I will suggest you have something in front to hold it. Okay, so that was one warning. Now let's come to the receiver box, which is right here. I put it here so it's nice and secure. It's stuck and secured by a Velcro. Inside this you have one battery, one wireless receiver, and one high voltage U-back, which powers the receiver. So I have made it in a way, design and 3D print in a way that you can basically put the battery in, put the cover on, secure it with the Velcro, okay, and you have your cables hanging out right here. Okay, so you can always easily connect it, and once you connect it, your receiver is on and waiting for the signal from your throttle, wireless throttle control. And after that, down here is a button on the wireless throttle control. We are going to have a full introduction of this and how to use it. You turn it on, green light will be solid. This means you are connected to the receiver, and now it is safe to connect the red and black to your battery pack. Okay, down here I have, as I said, this time if you buy the batteries from us, we will provide you a custom built battery compartment, battery box to our customers. Paramotor that I built for this customer did not buy batteries from us for some reasons, which are very, very good reasons. I can describe them later. So what I'm doing is, as the box was not included in the deal, I'm still going to gift you one of this box, okay, a carry case, and inside this I'm gifting you a very nice fireproof case. Okay, this is big. So check it out. This is really big fireproof case. What you're gonna do is just use it. Feel free to cut it and wrap it around your 3 batteries. Okay, and once you wrap it around your 3 batteries, you will have like a battery pack, okay, which you can easily put in here, okay, and then put the zipper on. Okay, so this is going to be very easy solution right here. You can easily put the case in, the battery pack. You can easily put the battery pack wrapped in this fireproof bag and then put it inside, zip it, put the bag here, make sure you have red and black connectors out so that you can connect them to black and red. Okay, so this is this. Now comes the very important part, which I cannot exactly describe by showing you the batteries because I do not have the batteries right now, but I can explain on a whiteboard how to connect 3 of your 6S batteries easily in series without having to have any custom connectors made. For example, if you see, to connect these 2 batteries, I had to, for example, you see, to connect these 2 batteries, I had to make a special custom connector to connect them in series and get 50 volts out. But let me describe this way that can teach you how to easily connect 3 of 6-cell batteries in series without having to have any special connectors made, and after that 1 red and 1 black will give you 75 volts that you can feed to this monster. Alright, so let's come to the whiteboard. Let's assume these are our 3 batteries. 6-cell fully charged is 25.2 volt, 22,000 milliamp. All the batteries, when combined in series, you'll be getting 75.6 volts feeding to your electric paramotor. Now it is very easy to combine them or connect them in series because they have bullet connectors, male and female. So what you need to do is put 1, 2, 3 batteries in a pack, in a fireproof bag that I provided, and just make it a pack. And after that you will have, let's say, battery 1, battery 2, battery 3. Okay, so let's number them. Battery 1, battery 2, battery 3. Now pay attention, this is very important, because if you make a slight mistake here, you're looking at a very big spark, fire, and explosion of your battery maybe. So be very careful. Do not ever make a mistake while doing this. Your life depends on this, trust me. Okay, so do not make mistake here. It is very easy. All you need to do is battery 1. Okay, it is very easy. All you need to do is battery 1, leave the black because this one will go to your paramotor. Take the red off the battery 1, take the black cable off the battery 2, and connect them together. There will be no spark, there will be nothing, you won't even feel anything. So battery 1 red, connect to battery 2 black. Get it? Come down here. Battery 2 red to battery 3 black. Just connect them. Battery 2 red cable to battery 3 black cable. Once again, look at the diagram. Battery 1, leave the black cable, take the red, connect it to battery 2 black. Battery 2 red cable, connect to battery 3 black. Okay, and leave the red cable, which will go to the paramotor. Now this black and this red, they are going to provide 75.6 volt to your paramotor. Hello, Arish. Okay, so remember, you cannot make a mistake here. I'm going to describe it once again. Battery 1, leave the black cable. Battery 1 red, connect to battery 2 black. Battery 2 red, connect to battery 3 black. And battery 3 red connects to paramotor. Now that you have connected your batteries in series, I will assume you have put the pack here, okay? And what you have is 1 red and 1 black. 1 red and 1 black in your hands. And that is going to have a very big spark, very scary spark when you connect, and for which we have a spark eliminator I'm going to show you very soon. So what you need to do is put your pack here, which is obviously in a fireproof bag and case. Connect the red first. Take your red off the battery pack, connect it to the red. Okay, that is the first thing. Now comes the black part. When you are going to connect the black, it's going to have a huge spark, a scary one, for which I said we have a spark eliminator. So if you bring the camera closer here, on this black connector, if you connect this black directly, there will be a big spark, and you don't want to do that. So what you will do is you will take this little connector, which is another small cable, very thin cable hanging right here, and you will touch the electrode of the cable. One moment, just keep it here. Let me just take an example. Let's say this is the black coming from the battery pack, which is going to have a spark. So what you will do is you will touch it just like this. One time touch it, and you will have a little spark, no sound, and some smoke. Okay? Once again, you have connected the red already. You will touch this little black cable to the black of the battery pack. Just a little, there will be spark and smoke, and immediately, within 2 seconds after touching this, connect your black to the black, and you will have no spark at all. Move away because this is armed, okay? Though it will not work. For example, even if you forgot to turn on your throttle and turn on the power to wireless receiver, and you power the motor on, the speed controller will keep the motor disarmed. It will not accidentally start the propeller. But again, if you have your throttle controller on, your receiver on, and you connect the power, I will suggest after connecting the power, step away. Or what you can do is perform this from here, from back. You have your black here, touch the cable, small one, to the black, and connect the black, and hold the paramotor right here, and you will be hearing beeps from the motor and speed controller. There will be 5 beeps, and after 5 beeps, you can move the throttle, and it is armed. But once again, as I mentioned, if you want to do thrust test on the ground, please put on the paramotor, secure everything correctly, stand really nice and strong, and then give it a throttle. Okay, let's talk about the wireless throttle controller. Neat little controller, very easy to secure in your hands. Thumb throttle, and your fingers are free to hold the brakes and risers or anything else, okay? So this is your throttle control, wireless. This button is to reverse the throttle response. So for example, right now is set to increase the motor power and throttle when you push it on top. So when you push forward, the motor will start and pick up more and more speed. Okay? Down is nothing, mid is nothing. Now if you want to reverse it, that is pulling it down, you get more power to the motor. After you power on everything, you can push and hold this button for 3 seconds and it will do. But I suggest keep it to the forward side because there's more travel to it, and you can easily control your throttle normally, slowly, or faster. So don't use this button if you do not need it, okay? So I will suggest do not use this button. Right here is high and low speed. If you need more response from the throttle, you can put this button up, okay? And you will have much more response, high speed response from the throttle. I will suggest try it while the button is down, okay? While the button is down, I will suggest you try it. If you're getting enough thrust, you can fly it. If you want more power and more response, you can put it up. So that was the high and low speed response button. Down here you have the on-off switch, okay? So you can turn it on and there will be a light blinking here just like this. Once you turn on the receiver on your paramotor, power the receiver on, this light will go solid. That means you are bound to the receiver and you have control over your paramotor if the batteries are connected. So be very careful and stay clear of the propeller. This throttle has built-in battery and you can use a micro USB to charge it, and I will suggest when you get it, use a micro USB to charge the battery, and once the battery is charged you can use it for hours and hours. Okay, so this was your wireless throttle controller. One more thing to keep in mind, I will suggest that after you have connected the power, you wrap something on top of this, because you don't want to leave this naked during the flight. If it is touching, this is a kind of plastic coated color which does not take electricity to the frame, which is a very, very good thing, but still I will suggest to secure it somehow so this thing is not going to touch any metal. You can always put it down here inside the bag and zip it up, or use some plastic to cover it before the flight so it doesn't touch any metal during the flight. Once again, do remember to check for any loose objects, loose connections, or any loose Velcro strips or anything that is around in the frame that can go into the propeller. Also make sure when you are doing the thrust test on the ground, people stay clear from the prop and there's no plastic, no cloth, nothing behind it, because sometimes the wind, which is, you know, circling around because of the huge thrust, can bring the things into the propeller. Cloth or plastic bags or something that can get into the propeller and cause damage. So be very careful with those things as well. The most important thing, once again, remember this part. You cannot afford to make mistake in this part when you're connecting the batteries in series. Always double, triple check if you're connecting the batteries in series properly or not, because one mistake here means fire in your batteries or damage the batteries, and obviously you don't want this to happen here. A wrong connection to the paramotor can burn the speed controller or motor. Do remember, red always connects to red, black connects to black. After you put that little thing connect to a spark eliminator, touch it to the electrode and then connect the black one. The power combo, motor, speed controller, receiver, is a complete add-on to this frame, which is just connected with 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if you look at it from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can see these 4 screws. And then the cables are just coming within the zip ties. Cables are just coming within the zip ties. They're all connected. This is a complete standalone power combo that you can remove or put back on with 4 screws only on the frame. So I'm planning to remove this. This will make it easier for me to pack the paramotor with the circle frame, and also make it possible to secure motor and speed controller really nicely. Eventually I could also remove it, but I don't want, because you will be confused about how to connect this to motor, but which is very easy, but still I would like to completely remove it and put it separately, pack it, secure it, and pack in the box so we can pack everything. So when you receive the paramotor, all you need to do is take it outside the packing, put it on, and secure it with those 4 screws, as you can see down here. Just secure it with those 4 screws. Okay, so after removing 4 bolts, this is your power combo, okay, that you can remove. And when you are ready, when you get the paramotor, all you need to do is, I will suggest lay down or just hold one foot here and ask somebody to hold these screws, and then all you need to do is put this whole combo back up. And I'm also sending you some extra nuts and bolts that you can use to secure this from inside. So this is a very key component. This is the power combo of your motor, paramotor, and I'm going to pack it separately, very securely, so nothing will damage the motor and speed controller. And installation is just 4 screws. After that, these cables you can run through anywhere you want and use zip ties to secure these. Okay, so I have packed the power combo complete in a separate box. A lot of foam around it. I'm gonna put extra foam in the middle here so that nothing actually presses against it. This is all bubble paper, and then we'll secure it and close the box. Everything inside the box, those are the circular frame protection circle. This is the main frame with harness already installed. This is the power combo, motor, speed control and everything. Accessories, radio control, wireless throttle is inside the bag, battery bag that I have provided you. So accessories, connectors, extra connectors for your batteries, and wireless throttle and some extra screws all inside that bag. You can find it. I have made this wooden piece so that this will not move around and not go around the box during the transportation. Okay, so that's it for the instructional video of electric paramotor, E-Glide V3. I hope you have understood everything. If you have any questions, if you have any confusion, any doubts, please make sure to contact me. Feel free to contact me. I'm always available to help and ask your questions, clear your confusion before using the electric paramotor. And last but not least, I wish you all the best. I wish you the safest and happiest flights with the E-Glide V3.